Hey, are you a open artificial intelligence user? And more specifically, succinctly, Codex? In this video, I'm going to discuss how you can use OpenAI Codex plugins. Now, first, you'll obviously have to have a open artificial intelligence account, and then you obviously have to have the Codex subscription. And then once you have access to Codex, then I will show you how to install them. Alright, now you can type this uniform resource locator that is highlighted on screen into the address bar of your preferred web browser. You could pause the video, it's a short URL, or you could just look for it. Well, you could use ChatGPT and type in Codex plugins, and you should find this web page directly from the source, openai.com. Alright, so there's two ways to install them. First way is through the web-based interface, right? So what you'll do is in the Codex application, then you'll open up plugins like this example here, right here. On the left hand side there should be a plugins option, icon, and word that you just click on, and then you can search them or you can browse and then install. Alright, another way is if you use the command line interface. The plugin directory in the command line interface is just Codex and then /plugins /. You would just run that command and it'll open up this window, and then you were just then need to open the plugin directory. You can search or browse and then open it, the detail of the plugin for more information, and then you just select install. Alright, in the application you would select the plus sign or add to Codex. In the command line interface you would select install plugin. Alright, okay, it does have a message about if that plugin needs an external application, then you would connect it when prompted. Yep, and then some plugins may ask you for authentication during the installation. Alright, some wait until you install them and then use them. Now after you install the plugins, then you would start a new thread and then ask Codex to begin using those plugins. Alright, this is an example of using a plugin in the prompt window after you install it. So it'll show up Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer 5.4, and then GitHub. What other information? That's basically all you have to do. Okay, describe the task directly, and then you would choose a specific plugin. Okay, some additional information. How much time do I have remaining? I have plenty of time. It says when you install a plugin, it makes its workflow available in Codex, okay, but your approval settings will still apply. And then any external services that are connected have their own authentication, privacy, and even data sharing policies. Alright? Yeah, it says if a plugin includes applications, Open Artificial Intelligence Codex may actually ask you to install or sign into any of those applications in Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer during the setup or the first time. This is redundant. Okay, now they do have plugins that use MCP, which is an acronym that stands for Model Control Protocol. Those may require additional setup and/or authentication. And then whenever Codex sends data through any of those applications, the application terms and privacy policies still apply, even though you're using a plugin. Now you can remove a plugin, or you can turn it off. You will select uninstall plugin from the plugin browser and then choose uninstall instead of install. It says it removes the bundle from Codex, but some applications that are bundled, they remain installed, all right, until you manage them in Chat Generative Transformer. Now you can keep them installed, but turn them off. You're going to have to add a entry. A TOML is like a YAML. It's just a text file. So what you would do is you would set this entry into the what char? It's not a caret bit. Before the slash, that means your user account folder. .codex/config.toml. If you don't have a TOML file, then you would create one, and then you would set it to enable equals false, and then you would restart Codex, and then Codex will then not enable the plugin. And here's you could literally copy and paste this if you're using Gmail. So every plugin in Codex that you want to remain installed but disable for now, maybe nothing's perfect. Maybe there's a problem with one of them, or it's making it slower, or you just don't need it for now, right? Then you would enter this in. So if you had Gmail, you could copy and paste that into the TOML file, or if it's one of the others, you could still use this, but you would have to make sure that this is correct, that the plugin name is correct. But that's an example. You can create your own plugins. You can create, test, or distribute them. I'm not going to go over that, but it does allow you to build your own plugins, and then I'm assuming, well, then you'd be able to install them. The same process. All right. Was there anything else at the top? I should be at close to the 8-minute mark. Okay, I'm close to the 8-minute mark. So plugins can include skills, application integrations, and even model control protocol servers that allow into the workflow for Codex. Okay, yeah, here's just an example. Install the Google Gmail plugin in order to let Codex read and then also manage Google Gmail. Here's another example. You can install the Google Drive plugin in order to work across Google Drive and Google Documents and Google Sheets and even Google Slides. And then here's another one. You could install the Slack plugin, which will allow you to summarize channels or even create replies. Okay, so plugins can contain skills, plugins can contain applications, and plugins can contain the model control protocol servers. And that allows you to access tools and other information from outside your local project. So what it does is it connects to other artificial intelligence, you know what I'm saying, technology using the model control protocol. I believe it's one language model, one large language model will communicate to another large language model using the model control protocol. Okay. All right. They claim that there will be more plugin coming. I don't like that language. If I don't ever like, this is not the 1990s anymore. You don't want to tell people coming soon, because you know why? Unless they're a hardcore user, they're never going to browse this web page again. They may not bookmark it. They're not going to care if you're saying coming soon. It just doesn't work anymore. So just don't mention anything. That's just a stickler of mine. I've studied internet marketing and bounce rates. Okay, that is this video pertaining to how to install OpenAI Codex plugins in it, and then even kind of how to use them, but very just how to enable, disable, and then how to start Codex. And then what I mean by use is that once they're installed, then you would then begin to use them. But adios.